Mm-hmm. What is the purpose of stories? What are stories for? Why do we tell stories? Maybe that's a question you have some answer. I would like to answer. What are stories for? Any idea? Yes.
It's maybe a reflection of your a period of your life that you lived in the past, and you want to share it, or
to share.
To share it with others by writing.
That's one way of doing it. Now, if you go on a trip, you go try this, and the child says, "I don't know." Here's a story right there. So stories can be about things. Now, the first story I'm going to tell you is one that came to me. I was walking along one day, and I saw a crow flying overhead. And it was a beautiful sound. It was going, ah, ah, ah. And none of the animals had any voices at all. And so the shaper and the maker of things reached up, 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 up into the sky and took the roar of the wind, and then reached down, down, down into the waters of the world, and took the murmur of the waters, and mixed the roar of the winds and the murmurs of the waters, and shaped voices. Enough voices for every single animal and creature in the world. And then the shaper and maker of things put them into the bag, took the bag to the edge of the great green forest, and cried out, "All you creatures of the world, come to the edge of the great green forest, and there you shall receive your voices, your own true voices." And the shaper's voice rolled around the world, and all of the animals came around it. And there's this beautiful bag, and there's hoots, and there's howls, there's screeches and yowls, the singing of strange voices in that bag. And the shaper said, this bag holds your voices, your own true voices. And each one of the animals wondered, what will my voice sound like? Somebody's telling a story of time.
In a very far away city, and also. Once upon a time, in a very wonderful city, and far, far city of course, was an old woman which was sitting in her garden, enjoying the time with her family and playing music with them. They were all having fun and dancing, singing, while she was playing with the drum. Suddenly she saw a dirty bottle. When she came and took it, she started cleaning it, and the genius came from over there.
Right, okay. You can finish right there. There's more story, but I'm going to just stop it right there. What story?
And she said that she'll grant them a wish, or at least turn them back into humans if they serve her for a time. Well,
right. Pulling some donkey. There. See, that's another place where our story can go. Thank you very much. That was a very good story. And as you see, one story can go in different directions. It can change things, etc. Okay, I'm going to do two more people. And who would like to guess? What happened in your story? Once upon a time.
In a village, there was a woman who plays drum for her living.
Right.
And that was her own talent. But she was lonely, and she was hoping to find someone she can share her life with. A lover or a man. So there was this legend in their village that a jar that contains a genius existed.
Right.
And she kept looking for that jar so the genius can make her wish come true. Of finding dimensional.
We'll leave it right there. Right. And that's where another story can go. Okay, one more. we have any?
My father was 16 years old. So when I came up, my father has gave me grandfather's name. So I have the same name as my grandfather.
As your grandfather?
Yes.
The same name as your grandfather. Okay, does anybody else share? Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a simple story, but it means your name goes back, that it has a history. And it's important for us to remember who we are and where we came from. Is any?
My first name, they told me that it came from a girl that was studying with my brother. We have 3 years apart. And then the second name, it is my grandmother is named Melika. And then my second name is Melek. So
It's all-
from the tribe.
There's a story there. Okay, there's somebody, I saw a hand up over here. Right.
So he told my father to name me after his name.
Named after you what?
After his name.
Okay. Yes.
I think my name is came from that, but my mom, when she was pregnant, she had a dream, named me my name. But she thinks that she is just a gift from God to name me this name.
Oh.
And my aunt gave me this name because she had a friend, and her daughter of her friend, a name called Fanny. And she loved this girl because she succeeded in her studies and in her life, and she became a doctor. And she loved this girl so much, so that's why she gave me this name. And the meaning of my name is like a high.
It's like
High.
hi, I think. Okay, thank you for that. I like that.
So before I was born, a girl in our family named Lily, she was like a successful girl, and all my parents like hoped that they had like children like her. So the way they loved this girl, they loved this name. And one day before I was born, my mom and dad was chatting, and my dad proposed to like name me Perrin. And then my mom told him to like she asked a letter changes to be for that name it sounds like special. And then they named me.
Thank you. That's wonderful. I think, did I see one heard that they wanted to name Harriet, but they said they can't name her Harriet because Harriet, one generation removed, was crazy. They put her into a hospital. We can't name you after a crazy person. And so her aunt did not get that name. But Harriet, well, her mother wanted and loved the name, Harriet. So she didn't care about any aunts, great aunts, whether or not they were in a hospital or not. So Harriet, my dear friend Harriet, who will also help me with some of the objects here, has that name, Harriet. And
For the one who stayed in the forest, because he was the more like.
okay, just say, okay, you don't have to give the full answer. So we have two answers. The one. Okay, that's another one. Okay, but it's still two answers, two men and one daughter. So it was not the custom for the daughter to have two husbands. But
Brief summary, then a review that I wrote myself.
right.
So it involves Chris Jones, who's a rebel teenager who got himself in trouble after getting caught by a cop hanging out with his friends late at night and spraying graffiti at the local train station. And the cop escorted Chris to his house, and his dad thought it would be a great idea to spend the weekend camping with him and to strengthen the bond between the two. And so in the woods, they encountered a serial killer who was burying his latest victim. And the killer, yet unknown to Chris, was his substitute teacher who picked his his victims by offering a ride to their homes late at night. And so he shot them both with a gun he carried for these very situations. One bullet landed on Chris's left arm and one on his father's back. They barely managed to escape the man, who thought they were as good as dead. Chris helped his father to rest by the tent while he goes looking for help from the locals. After he stumbled upon a farm nearby, he led them to the tent's location and passed out from exhaustion. And so he woke up later at the hospital surrounded by policemen and a detective. After some questioning, he was told his father is in a bad shape, but he'll survive. So the detective left 2 cops guarding Chris and his father in case the serial killer had any intention of finishing the job. And because he feared that Chris might have recognized him, that's the killer. He feared that Chris might recognize him. He came late at night to the hospital disguised as a doctor by wearing his lab coat. Anybody that offers anything right, because if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is, honestly. So you just gotta keep an eye out for malicious people who's just trying to take advantage of you.
The story called The Game. It's a samurai story. So in this story we have a boy who called Billy. He's a boy who is obsessed with playing video games. One day he finds himself into the game. So the wizard of Valimar puts him into the game, and he gave him a book full of magic spells, and also in the back of the book we can find a map to find and to save Princess Via. And also he gave him a magic wand to freeze like some strangers who interrupt his way. So I think in chapter 3 of this story, Dylan became the Wizard of Zalimar with a white beard because he came old, and also he can fight because he has a special power from the wind, and a wolf and also guards interrupt his way, and he uses magic spells to freeze them.
I hope I've taught you something, but you are my teachers. You're the ones that showed me how I can do my work, telling stories, creating stories. So I'd like to thank you that enriching my journey to Marrakech. I hope to return. I hope to come back. This is a country that I feel has become part of my home, and that I have friends here. So thank you once again, and I hope that your stories become rich and beautiful, and that you will hear each other's stories, because that is, I mean that from the bottom of my heart, top of my heart too, middle part. It's when we listen to each other, when we hear one another. We have to be careful sometimes how, but it's when we listen that true peace can be found. What language?